The Mother is a Netflix exclusive action flick that's streaming right now for subscribers, and this is one that stars Jennifer Lopez stepping out of her comfort zone where she's usually making rom-coms nowadays. Here she is stepping into the action world, and this one is directed by Niki, Caro, a woman who I feel like has tons of potential, but she also put out the Mulan remake a few years ago. Ugh. While fleeing from dangerous assailants, an assassin played by J-Lo comes out of hiding to protect her daughter she left earlier in life. Now, despite everything I've said about the Mulan remake and how I think it's just the most boring thing on the planet, I did find Niki Caro to have a lot of potential as a director, because I thought the overall look of that remake and the cinematography and the way she helmed the action was overall pretty good. And her direction ultimately I think is what saved that movie from being a complete and total disaster in the long run. And I think she shows off a good range of her directorial talent in The Mother as well. The action in this movie, while pretty basic and by the numbers when you really think about it, it's helmed pretty well. I think it looks like a good film. I love the locations that they picked as well. Snowy terrain, desolate locations, which in order to tell the story of how much of a recluse J-Lo's character actually is, I think that only accentuates that point even more. And I think that definitely plays to the strengths of The Mother, which brings me to J-Lo herself. Now look, if you think about it just on the surface level, you might be thinking, what the heck is J-Lo doing here? The last time I can remember J-Lo really stepping out of her comfort zone in a big budget movie was The Boy Next Door. That was a big, gigantic flop. But if you actually do your research and check out the behind-the-scenes aspects of The Mother, Jennifer Lopez was deep in training to prepare for this role. And you know what? I gotta give her mad props for doing her homework and understanding the assignment, because I think the hard work paid off in here. I think her character was a total badass. I think she was really good in the action sequences when she needed to be. I think she was absolutely there for the emotional aspect of the movie when she actually is confronted by her daughter. Her daughter in this movie is played by Paez, and I thought she was really, really good in this movie as well. Would love to see her get more work down the line, because you really felt the relationship was strained between Zoe and the mother, who we never learned by name. And I think it's a really interesting technique that they chose to go this way and not actually name Jennifer Lopez's character. I think that's really intriguing, and it really shrouds that character in a lot of mystery. In that respect, I really do understand where the screenwriters were going in presenting this character. But in the end, I feel like this story is just one that you've seen before. And part of me kind of gets why this movie went straight to Netflix, because if it got a theatrical run, I don't really think it would have made its budget back. Because after you sit through this movie and you really look at all the story elements that they present here without really getting too much into details, you've pretty much seen all the major story beats of The Mother in previous movies, which I guarantee you've seen done better in other classic movies in the past, especially action movies. So I feel like if you're surfing through Netflix and you've watched everything you've wanted to on your list and you're just looking for something else to watch, something you've never seen before, if you want a date night indoors with your significant other, this one might be the one you turn on. And you know what? I don't really think you'd hate your life watching it. I'm definitely curious to see where Niki Caro's career as a director goes after this. I'd love to see her get her hands on better scripts from this point forward. Even though the performances from our two leads are really solid as well, and I gotta give credit to J-Lo where it's due for really putting in the work. All things considered, you've seen a lot of this story in this movie already, and it's pretty unremarkable when you compare it to other action movies. I'm gonna give The Mother a C+. Overall, it's not a horrible movie by any stretch, but it's not one that I would say, oh my god, you have to rush to see The Mother right now. I mean, if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you're not really missing much. Let me know what you thought of The Mother if you saw it down in the comments section below. And what else are you guys going to be streaming on Netflix this weekend? I'd love to know. Because this channel is the place to be. If you want to talk all things movies and entertainment, do consider becoming a subscriber. And please tap the like button. Really helps with the algorithm and helps get this content out there to more lovely viewers like you. And guys, stay tuned for more exciting videos hitting the channel very soon. Very much looking forward to seeing where the Little Mermaid remake goes this Thursday night when I check it out on the big screen. And I'm very excited to announce my next retro playlist in the build-up to another summer blockbuster that we'll be talking about. I'm going to go through all 4 previous Indiana Jones movies in the build-up to Dial of Destiny. Lots of fun to be had over this summer blockbuster movie season, guys. It's always a fun time over here, so please join in on the party if you haven't already. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.